And welcome back on out to Chugiak here for today's game. Game 2 of the doubleheader between the Chinooks and the Peninsula Oilers. First pitch to Darius Hill is going to be popped up, and it'll go back foul. First pitch time of 6:09 Alaska time. Here's the 0-1. Again, that'll be fouled back and out of play. Count 0-2 to Darius Hill. On the mound today for Game 2 of the doubleheader will be Brady Batten. Next one will miss down, gets away from Ben Hill. 1-2 the count to Darius Hill. After Darius Hill, it'll be Trey Dawson and Jonathan Washam, same first three hitters as game number 1 for the Oilers. The 1-2. That's hit on the ground. Past the diving Will Bass. That gets into right field for a base hit. So Hill on with a single to start off this contest. That brings Trey Dawson up to the plate. First pitch to Trey Dawson. Popped up, but that'll go out of play.
And that ball sponsored by Livers, local 341.
On 1 the count to Dawson. And they'll check on Hill at first. He dives back in time. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss from Dawson. He falls behind 0-2. Dawson went 1 for 4 in game 1 with a ground out RBI as well. Going to the count to Dawson. They'll check on Hill over at first. He's back in time. Hill, not the best on the base paths. Does have a couple steals, but has been caught 4 times. The 0-2. That one's hit out towards center field. Zach Sanford will get under it and makes the grab for out number 1. That brings Jonathan Washam up to the plate, 1 down, top of the first inning here between the Chinooks and the Oilers, game 2 of the doubleheader. And now he's got Hill in a pickoff. And in the pickle, Whisker runs him down to complete the play. So good pickoff move from Batten as Hill catch Hill trying to go. So now there's 2 down here in the top of the first. First pitch to Washam, up high, ball 1. Washam, the Oiler first baseman, also does some catching. He went 2 for 4 in game 1 with a single and a double. 1-0 is going to be popped up towards the right side of the field. And Will Bass will be the guy to get under it for the final out of the inning. So a bit unconventional, but still a 1-2-3 inning for the Chinooks. And the Oilers won't do anything in their half the first Home half of the first for the Chinooks coming up in just a moment here from Chugiak. And back we are to start the bottom of the first inning here from downtown Chugiak. First pitch to Will Bass will miss for ball one. After Will, it'll be Hunter Vansaw and Tim Millard coming to the plate. The 1-0. Down low, ball two. The 2-0. That's hit over towards short, but Dawson will be able to get under it for the first out of the inning.
Coming to the plate for your Chinooks, number 22, the right fielder, Hunter Vansaw.
Hunter Vansaw now up to the plate for the Chinooks. One down, bottom of the first. First pitch to him. Down low for ball one. The 1-0. Hit on the ground towards second. Boggs will field it. It's it over to first in time for out number two.
Batting for the Chinooks, number 24, the third baseman, Tim Millard.
Here's the first pitch to Tim Millard. Just outside ball one. On the mound for the Oilers, it's Ryan Smith. Plays at Lassen Community College. The 1-0. Big hack and a miss there from Millard. 1-1 the count to Millard. It's out on the ground towards short. Dawson will field it. Gets it over to Washington at first in time for out number three. So that'll do it for the bottom of the first. And each team will go down 1, 2, 3. Still no score after one here in Chugiak. Welcome back on out to Lee Jordan Field, starting the top of the second inning. First pitch to Seth DeWitt. Down low, ball one. DeWitt up to the plate for the Oilers. Top of the second inning, no score on the board. After DeWitt, it'll be Wong Shi-sung and Marshall Boggs coming up to the plate. The 1-0. Little high, ball two. So we know the count to DeWitt. Went 2 for 4 in game one with a couple doubles. And time will be called. The 2-0. Down into the turf for ball three. 3-0 the count to DeWitt. The 3-0. Down low for ball four. Gets away from Hill. But doesn't look like it'll get far enough for DeWitt to try and go to second.
Number 29, the left fielder, Wong Shi-sung.
Wong Shi-sung now up to the plate. Nobody down, top of the second. DeWitt, the runner on first. First pitch in there, called strike one. Shi-sung didn't play in game one or either of the other games of the doubleheader. That'll get away from Hill. So free bag there for DeWitt. Count even 1 to Wong Shi-sung. The 1-1. Tries to check his swing. Goes around for strike two. Count now 1-2. The 1-2. Fastball misses just a little inside, ball two. Two and two, the count to the sophomore from the National Taiwan Sport University. The 2-2. Hit on the ground towards short. Shackelford will charge it. Just out over at first for out number one. So she's stung out over at first, but DeWitt does advance to third. So he'll be at third with one down. Marshall Boggs comes up to the plate now.
Number 22, the second baseman, Marshall Boggs.
Boggs didn't play in game one of the doubleheader, but went 1 for 3 in game two on Friday. First one to him will miss for ball one. Boggs hitting .212 on the summer. 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. The 1-0. In there called strike one. The 1-1. Down low, DeWitt's going to try and score from third. And he's safe at the plate. So nice base running by Seth DeWitt. He'll allow the Oilers to take the 1-0 lead. One's going to miss low for ball three. And that's going to miss for ball 4 as well. So Boggs will draw the walk. Second walk Batten has given up today. That brings Daniel Speak up to the plate with 1 down. Top of the second inning. First pitch up and away, ball 1. Speak went 1 for 3 in game 1 of the doubleheader. 1-0. Hack and a miss. 1-1 the count. The 1-1. Hit on the ground towards Shackelford at short. Flips over to Bass for 1. And back over to Whisker in time. 6-4-3. Double play will do it for the top of the second. But not before Seth DeWitt comes in to score for the Oilers. Gives them a 1-0 lead heading into the bottom of the second. And welcome back here to Lee Jordan Field, starting the bottom of the second inning. First pitch to Whisker will miss inside for ball 1. After Whisker, it'll be Aaron Shackford and Alex Masato coming to the plate for your Chinooks. The 1-0 lined out of play.
NFL ball sponsored by Edward Jones Financial Investments and Gavin Reeve.
I want to win the count to Whisker. Was 0 for 4 in game 1. The 1-1. Down low, ball 2. The 2-1. Tries to hold up, but unable to stop himself. He'll go around for strike 2. 2-2 the count to Whisker. The 2-2. Down and outside, ball 3. So that'll make it a full count, 3-2 to Whisker. Here's the 3-2. Fastball just inside for ball 4. So Whisker will draw the walk to start the bottom of the second.
Coming to the plate for your Chinooks, number 8, the shortstop, Aaron Shackelford.
So Aaron Shackelford up to the plate, nobody down, bottom of the second. First pitch to Shack. Down and outside, ball 1. First time we'll see Ryan Smith out of the stretch today. Shack was 2 for 3 in game 1. The 1-0. Catches the corner, called strike 1. Here's the 1-1. That'll miss for ball 2. Shack plays his ball at the Masters College. Hit just under 300 as a freshman. The 2-1. In there, called strike 2. Count evened up once again, 2 balls, 2 strikes to the shortstop Shackelford. The 2-2. Chopped on the ground, up the middle. Fielded by Boggs, steps on second for 1. And back over to first in time for the 4-3 double play. So that'll put down Shackelford and Whisker.
At the plate for your Chinooks, number 17, the left fielder, Alex Masada.
Alex Masato up to the plate, 2 down, bottom of the second inning. Oilers on top of your Chinooks by a score of 1-0. First pitch to Masato. Down and outside, ball 1. Masato went 2 for 3 in game 1 as well. The 1-0. Chopped back softly. That'll be fielded by Smith. Gets over to first in time for out number 3. So that'll do it for the bottom of the second. Chinooks again go down 1-2-3. They trail the Oilers by a score of 1-0. Welcome back to Chugak as we're starting the top of the third inning. First pitch to Jordan Freese, just outside, ball one. After Freese, it'll be Alex Seifert, then back to the top of the order for Darius Hill. The 1-0. Down into the turf, ball two. Freese, the catcher, didn't play in game one of the doubleheader. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1 the count to Freese. Places ball at Southern Idaho. The 2-1. Misses for ball three. 3-1 the count to Freese. The 3-1. That's lined out towards left field. Masato going over. He'll make the grab for out number one. One down, top of the third inning. Chinooks trail the Oilers by a score of 1-0. Alex Seifert now up to the plate. First pitch to Seifert. In there for a called strike one. Seifert went 0 for 2 in game one of the doubleheader. The 0-1. This is down and outside, ball one. One on the count to Seifert, plays his ball at Jacksonville University. The 1-1. Misses low, ball two. Seifert hitting .205 on the summer. 2 doubles, 8 RBIs. The 2-1. Checks his swing, but that's hit into play. Batten will field it, gets it over to Whisker in time for out number two. Two down, top of the third. Chinooks trail 1-0. Back to the top of the order for the Oilers. Darius Hill up to the plate. Hill got on with a single, but then was picked off. First pitch to Hill. Down low for ball one. The 1-0. Big swing and a miss there from Hill. Evens up the count. The 1-1. That's hit into center field. But Zach Sanford goes back and so down 1-2-3 in the top of the third. They still have a 1-0 lead over your Chinooks. And welcome back to downtown Chugia because we're starting the bottom of the third inning between the Chinooks and the Oilers. Chinooks trail 1-0. First pitch to Ben Hill in there, called strike one. After Hill, it'll be Preston White and Zach Sanford do it. The 0-1. Down into the turf for ball one. Hill didn't play in game one of the doubleheader. His last time he did play, though, was game one of the doubleheader Friday. He drew 3 walks. Next one's in there for a called strike one. One and two the count to Ben Hill, the catcher from Olivet Nazarene. The 1-2. Down and outside, ball two. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Hill, the 2-2. Chopped on the ground. Boggs will get to it. Gets out over to first in time for out number 1.
Batting for the Chinooks, number 50, the designated hitter, Preston White.
Preston White now up to the plate for the Chinooks. First pitch to him, a miss low for ball one. White still looking for that first hit in his 6 at-bats. He's hitless, but has drawn a couple walks. Next one in there, called strike one. 1-1 the count to Preston White. The 1-1. Down and outside. Two and 1 the count to Preston White from Birmingham Southern College. The 2-1. Popped up right side. Washam goes over and foul ground. He'll make the grab for out number 2.
At the plate, number 11, the center fielder, Zach Sanford.
That'll bring Zach Sanford up to the plate. 2 down. Bottom of the third. Chinooks down 1-0. First pitch to Sanford. Taken for a called strike one. Sanford went 0 for 2 in game one of the doubleheader. The 0-1. That's fouled out of play.
And that ball sponsored by the Chinook Shack.
0-2 the count to Zach Sanford, the outfielder from Glenville State. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, but that gets all the way back to the fence. That'll allow Sanford to be safe over at first. So Sanford's safe on the wild pitch.
Second baseman Will Bass.
That brings Will Bass up to the plate as we go back to the top of the lineup. Bass flew out to short his first time up in this one. First pitch to Bass. Tries to lay down the bunt, but it'll go foul. 0-1 the count to Will Bass. Plays Waylon Baptist. The 0-1. Pitch out as they try to check on Sanford. He's dives back in time. Sanford doesn't run all that much. Does have 4 stolen bases. The 1-1. Catches the corner, called strike 2. One to the count to Bass. The 1-2. Another pitch out. Let's try again at Sanford. He's back in time. Don't know why they're really concerning themselves with the runner Sanford with 2 down. The 2-2. Sanford on the move. That's hit just past the diving Alex Seifert. That'll allow Sanford to go all the way to third. So maybe the Oilers were right to be preoccupied with Sanford as he was on the move. Hit and run allows him to get all the way to third.
Now batting for your Chinooks, number 22, the right fielder, Hunter Vansaw.
That'll bring Hunter Vansaw up to the plate, 2 down. Runners at the corners, 1-0. Outside, ball 1. Vansaw grounded out to second his first time up, but did have a 2 RBI single in the bottom of the 7th in game 1 of the doubleheader. Next one in there called strike 1. And 1-1 the count to Vansaw. Originally from Crawford, Texas. The 1-1. Bass on the move. And no throw from Freese. That puts runners at second and third as Bass moves over to second. It's now a 1-2 count, though, to Vansaw with 2 down. Has 2 runners in scoring position. The 1-2. That's hit out towards left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Sanford's going to score. So will Bass. Vansaw's going to try and go to second. And that's thrown into the outfield. Vansaw is going to be waved around to score. The throw not in time. So Vansaw comes in to score. Drives in Bass and Sanford. Chinooks take a 3-1 lead.
At the plate for your Chinooks, number 24, the third baseman, Tim Millard.
Here's the first pitch to Tim Millard. Outside, ball 1. Next one to Millard in there for a called strike one. When I'm on the count, here's the 1-1. Down into the turf, ball 2. Two and 1 the count to Millard. The 2-1. In there for a called strike 2. Two and 2 the count to Tim Millard. 2-2 is hit left side, barehanded by Seifert. And Millard beats it out over at first as they signaled Washam off the bag.
Batting for the Chinooks, number 25, the first baseman, Ethan Whisker.
Ethan Whisker now up to the plate. First pitch to Whisker. In there for a called strike 1. Whisker drew a walk his first time up. The 0-1. Down into the turf for ball 1. The 1-1 lined into center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. So the Chinooks stay rolling with 2 outs after back-to-back singles from Millard and Whisker. But the runners are first and second for Aaron Shackelford. Now they're going to have a meeting on the mound. So runners at first and second. And they're going to stick with Smith, expecting someone to go get loose in their pen soon. So Aaron Shackelford up to the plate. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Bottom of the third. Chinooks up 3-1. First pitch to Shack. Will miss for ball 1. Shack grounded into the double play his last time up. The 1-0. In there called strike 1. One and 1 the count to Shackelford. The 1-1. Hit on the ground. It'll be fielded by Dawson. Flips it over to second for the final out of the inning. So that'll do it for the bottom of the third, but the Chinooks put 3 runs on the board. They take a 3-1 lead over the Oilers as we head into the fourth. Trey Dawson comes up to the plate for the Oilers. Start the top of the fourth. Chinooks on top by a 3-1 score over the Oilers here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. First pitch to Dawson. Thinks about it. The lays off, and it's called strike 1. After Dawson will be Jonathan Washman, Seth DeWitt coming up. The 0-1. Down to the turf for ball 1. Here's the 1-1. A little low for ball 2. Here's the 2-1. That's lined out towards right field. Vansaw only needs to take a couple steps to his left to bring it in for out number 1.
Number 4, the first baseman, Jonathan Washington.
Jonathan Washington now up to the plate. First pitch to him. Taken for a called strike 1. The 0-1. Down into the turf for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Washington. He popped out to second his first time up. The 1-1. On the ground towards third. Millardo backhand it. Whisker jumps, tries to make the tag, but the ball gets loose. Vansaw runs, but he's safe over second on the slide.
Number 23, the designated hitter, Seth DeWitt.
That brings Seth DeWitt up to the plate. That one will get away from Hill, allows Washington to get to third. Oh, down low ball 2. To another count to DeWitt. He drew a walk, came around to score. I was back in the second inning. The 2-0. Down low ball 3. Three and 0 the count to Seth DeWitt. Oiler DH. The 3-0. Down and outside, ball 4. So again, DeWitt will draw the walk. Third walk today, surrendered by Batten. So it's versus the corners with 1 down. So Walsh sung up to the plate. Washman at third, DeWitt at first. First pitch to him catches the corner for a called strike 1. He's grounded out to short his first time up. The 0-1. That's fouled back. So she's sung down in the count 0-2. DeWitt on the move. And Batten tries to hold up DeWitt, but his throwing error will allow Washam to come in and score. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss from Shi Sung. First strikeout of the day for Batten.
Number 22, the second baseman, Marshall Ball.
Marshall Boggs now to the plate with 2 down. Trickles that one down the first base line. Hill will get over to it, throws it over to Whisker in time for the out. So that'll do it for the 4th. Oilers do put 1 on the board off of an error. So the score remains Chinooks on top. Alex Masato now up to the plate for your Chinooks. First pitch to him in there, called strike one. Next one will miss for ball one. 1-1 the count. Next one flown right side. That'll get out of play. One and two the count to Alex Masato. The 1-2. Inside ball two. Two and two the count to Masato. Left fielder from Tyler Junior College. The 2-2. Just outside, ball three. Full count, 3-2 to Masato. Here's the 3-2. Down low, ball four. Masato draws the walk second today, given up by Smith.
At the plate for your Chinooks, number 30, the catcher, Ben Hill.
So Ben Hill up to the plate, nobody down. A runner at first and Alex Masato. Chinooks on top by a score of 3-2. Hill will lay down the bunt, and Smith will go over, tags him hard for the out. So sacrifice bunt from Hill will move Masato to second.
Batting the forward Chinooks, number 50, the designated hitter, Preston White.
Preston White now to the plate. One down, bottom of the fourth. First pitch down and away for ball one. White 0 for his first 7. Popped out to first. His first time up in this one. The 1-0. Down low, nice stop from Freese. Two 2-0 the count to Preston White. The 2-0. That's lined out towards right field. Speed going back. He'll make the grab. Masato tagging up from second. He'll be in there at third. So fly out from White advances Masato now to third with 2 down.
At the plate for your Chinooks, number 11, center fielder, Zach Sanford.
Zach Sanford up to the plate, 2 down. Bottom of the fourth inning, Chinooks up 3-2. First one to Sanford, hit down the right field line, just foul. Sanford struck out, but advanced on the wild pitch, and that's what kept the door open for that big third inning for the Chinooks. The 0-1. Again hit down the line, just foul. Sanford now down in the count, 0-2. The 0-2. Just outside for ball one. One into the count to Sanford. Originally from Waldorf, Maryland. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Sanford goes down on strikes. So that'll do it for the bottom of the fourth. Masato draws the walk, but he'll be left stranded at third. And for Chinooks on top by a score of 3-2. First pitch to Daniel Speak, hit on the ground towards short. Shackelford fields it. Over to first just in time for out number one. Jordan Freeze comes up to the plate, one down. Top of the fifth, Chinooks up 3-2. First one to Freeze. Catches the corner, called strike one. After Freeze, it'll be Alex Seifert coming up. The 0-1. Popped up, left side. Millard going over in foul ground. He has room to bring it in for out number two.
We'll announce the winning ticket number pretty close to the end of the game, but once again, put the top ticket. You have one last chance to buy one. Batting for the Oilers, number 26, the third baseman, Alex Seifert.
Alex Seifert now up to the plate, two down, top of the fifth inning. First pitch to Seifert. Foul down the right field line that goes out of play.
NFL ball sponsored by friends of Game2.
Seifert grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. Pops out one up right side. Whisker going over in foul ground. They'll make the catch for the final out of the inning. So that'll do it for the fifth inning. Batten gets out of the fifth on just 5 pitches. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Chinooks up 3-2. Welcome back to Lee Jordan Field as we're getting set for the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch to Will Bass. Up and in, ball 1. After Will Bass will be Hunter Vansaw, Tim Millard coming to the plate. The 1-0. Fouled back. Want to win the count to Bass. He's 1 for 2 in game number 2. His single came back in the 3rd. The 1-1. That's hit hard on the ground towards second. Boggs will field it. And he's just got enough time to go over to first to sit down Bass for out number 1.
Batting for the Chinooks, number 22, the right fielder, Hunter Vansaw.
Hunter Vansaw coming up to the plate. 1 down, bottom of the 5th. Chinooks on top by 3-2 score over the Oilers. First pitch to Vansaw. In there for a called strike 1. The 0-1. Outside, ball 1. 1-1 the count to Vansaw. Had a 2 RBI double back in the 3rd. The 1-1. Just barely gets a piece of that one. One and 2 the count to Vansaw. 1 down, bottom of the 5th. The 1-2. And Vansaw will be hit by the pitch. He'll go down to first.
Batting for the Chinooks, number 24, the third baseman, Tim Millard.
Tim Millard comes up to the plate with 1 down. Bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch to Millard. In there, called strike 1. Millard 1 for 2, had a single back in the 3rd. They'll check on Vansaw over at first. He's back in time. Hunter, a perfect 4 for 4 in stealing opportunities this summer. The 0-1. Down low, ball 1. And they try tagging out Vansaw. He dives back in there in time. So it's a 1-1 count to Tim Millard. Millard plays his ball at Dallas Baptist. The 1-1. Out of miss low, ball 2. Two on the count to Tim Millard. 1 down, bottom of the 5th. Chinooks up 3-2. The 2-1, Vansaw on the move. That's hit over to second. And they'll just have the time to go over to first for the out.
Batting for the Chinooks, number 25, your first baseman, Ethan Lister.
Two down, bottom of the fifth. Chinooks up 3-2. They have a runner at second in Vansaw. Ethan Whisker now up to the plate. First pitch to Whisker. Outside, ball one. Whisker 1 for 1 today. Singled his last time up and also has drawn a walk. The 1-0. Ball and miss down and outside for ball two. Two and 0 the count to Ethan Whisker. Places ball at Hillsdale College. The 2-0. In there for a called strike one. Here's the 2-1. Hit hard on the ground towards third. Seifert will field it. Gets that over to first. Just in time for out number 3. So that'll do it for the bottom of the fifth. Through 5 innings here in Chugach. Chinooks on top by a 3-2 score. First pitch to Darius Hill. Tries to lay down a bunt, but fouls it back. We thank you for joining us here on the Chinook Radio Network as we start the top of the 6th inning. Chinooks up by a score of 3-2 over the Oilers. Darius Hill, leadoff man, up for the Oilers. After him, Trey Dawson and Jonathan Washam. Here's the 0-1. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Bass will field it. An underhand flips it to Whisker in time for out number 1. Trey Dawson up to the plate for the Oilers. 1 down, top of the 6th. Brady Batten still on the hill for your Chinooks. And Rob Winslow looks like he's throwing a little bit out there. So we could see him come in for an inning if need be. In there for a called strike. 1-1 the count to Dawson. batting only at 57 pitches right now. The 0-1 sent on the ground toward short. Shackelford fields it. Gets over to Whisker first. In time. Out. Number 2. Two down. Top of the 6th. Chinooks up 3-2. Jonathan Washam now up to the plate. Here's the first pitch to Washam. Big swing and a miss for strike 1. Washam 0 for 2 today in Game 2. Has a fly out and reached on an error. The 0-1. That's hit foul. Oh and 2 the count to Washam. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Washam goes down on strikes, and that's just a 7-pitch inning for Batten, as he is rolling, only thrown 62 pitches through 6 innings. So let's see if we maybe see him try and finish this one, as the Chinooks have a 3-2 lead heading into the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back as we start the bottom of the 6th inning. Chinooks on top 3-2 over the Oilers. Aaron Shackelford will lead things off. After him, Alex Masato and Ben Hill. First pitch to Shackelford. In there for a called strike 1. Shack on the day 0 for 2 has grounded out a couple times. The 0-1. Down low for ball 1. One on the count to Shackford. Here's the 1-1. Chops that one foul. One and 2 the count to Shack. One and 2 the count. The 1-2. Hit on the ground. Somehow stopped by Boggs. But still, Shackelford able to beat it out at first. So Shack's on with the infield single. I have the gut feeling we might see Masato lay down a sacrifice bunt after that, talking with head coach John Groth. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. So Masato up to the plate, nobody down. Bottom of the sixth, a runner at first in Shackelford. Has the bunt laid out. Squares around, but that'll go foul. Masato 0 for 1 in game 2. Drew a walk his last time up. Has it shown again. Lays it down left side. It'll go foul. So Masato unable to lay down a sacrifice bunt. He faces now an 0-2 count. Here's the 0-2. Masato still showing the bunt, but pulls it back for ball 1. So we'll see if they are going to even have Masato try and lay down a bunt with 2 strikes. The 1-2. Tries to lay it down, but it's popped and caught by Freese. So they still had him try with 2 strikes, but he will pop out.
At the plate, Chinooks number 30, the catcher, Ben Hill.
So that brings Ben Hill up to the plate with 1 down. First pitch to Hill. Fouls that one out of play.
And that foul ball sponsored by Francis Dan Sattler.
Ben 0 for 1 in this one. Grounded out his first time up. Next time up, he laid down a sacrifice bunt. Here's the 0-1. Shaq on the move. It's in there for a strike. The throw, not in time, so Shaq will swipe second. It's now an 0-2 count to Hill. Going to the count to Hill. 1 down, bottom of the 6th. Chinooks up 3-2. The 0-2. Just outside, ball 1. One and 2 the count to Hill. Shackelford, the runner at second. And now Hill will call for time. One and 2 the count to Hill. Here's the 1-2. Got him looking, called strike 3. That brings Preston White up to the plate, 2 down. Bottom of the 6th. Preston 0 for 2 in this one. First pitch to White. Taken for a called strike 1. Preston still looking for his first hit. Started becoming the DH in Friday's doubleheader against the Oilers. The 0-1. Swings and misses at that one. Falls behind in the count 0-2. Oh, and 2 the count to White. Shackelford still at second with 2 down. Here's the 0-2. That's chopped on the ground towards short. Dawson fields it. Gets it over to Washington first in time for out number 3. So that'll do it for the bottom of the 6th. Chinooks unable to put any more on the board. They maintain a 3-2 lead as we enter the top of the 7th. And welcome back as we start the top of the 7th here. Chinooks on top 3-2. First pitch to Seth DeWitt in there, called strike 1. A reminder that this being the game 2 of a doubleheader, this could be the final inning of the contest. Brady Batten still on the hill as he looks to go the complete 7. The 0-1. Catches the corner, called strike 2. Brady just at 64 pitches, so hasn't had any crazy long counts or anything like that. Now time is called. Looks like Preston White is getting loose in the bullpen if need be, though. 0-2 the count to DeWitt. The 0-2. That's fouled back. Or almost went to camera. Count remains 0-2 to Seth DeWitt, the DH from Jacksonville University. Here's the 0-2. Hits that one out towards right center field. Zach Sanford calls off Hunter Vansaw and goes and gets it for out number 1. Wangchi Sung up to the plate with 1 down. He's going to be first pitch swing and that out towards left field. That's going to drop down for a base hit. He's going to round first, heads for second. The throw, not in time. So Wangchi Sung on with a double. So now the tying run is over at second base. That's only the second hit Brady Batten's given up. Marshall Boggs up to the plate, 1 down. Top of the 7th, Chinooks up 3-2. First pitch to Boggs, misses inside, ball 1. Boggs 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out his last time up. The 1-0 Hit on the ground, back towards Batten. He's going to get Shisung in a rundown, and he will be tagged out by Millard. So good job looking to see he was on the move. They get the lead runner for the second out.
Number 28, the right fielder, Daniel Speak.
So now the tying run only at first for the Oilers. 2 down. Daniel Speak now up to the plate. Here's the first pitch to Speak. Catches the outside corner, called strike one. Speak on the day 0 for 2 with a couple groundouts, one of them into a double play. Here's the 0-1. And that's hit out towards right center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Sanford's going to come and grab it. They're going to send home Boggs. The throw not in time. So that ties up the game at 3s. Now pinch hitter Brody Wofford going to come up for freeze.
Number 12, Brody Wolford for the Oilers.
So he's pinch hitting for Jordan Freeze. First pitch to Wofford. Upstairs, ball 1. And Wofford didn't start in this game, obviously. He was the left fielder in game 1. He went 1 for 3. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. One on the count to Brody Wofford, the outfielder from LSU. The 1-1. Down low and outside for ball 2. The 2-1. Up and outside, ball 3. Three and 1 the count to Wofford. 2 down. Top of the 7th. We're all tied up at 3s. The 3-1. Just outside, ball 4. So Wofford draws the walk. And now time will be called so Seifert can go have a word with their head coach, Brian Daly. Again, 2 down, top of the 7th. Chinooks and the Oilers all tied up at 3s. Speak at second, Wofford at first. Alex Seifert now to the plate. First pitch to Seifert. Just high, ball 1. Seifert 0 for 2 with the ground out and a fly out. The 1-0. In there for a called strike 1. Count evened up at 1-1. The 1-1. Just inside ball 2. Two and one the count. Runners at first and second. The 2-1. That's fouled back. Two and two the count. 2 down, top of the 7th. The 2-2. Chopped on the ground towards short Shackelford will field it. Flips it over to Bass for the final out. So that does it for the top of the 7th, but we will now need a bottom of the 7th. We're all tied up at 3s here in Chugiak. Welcome back on out to Lee Jordan Field here in downtown Chugiak. We're about to start the bottom of the 7th inning. Chinooks and the Oilers all tied up at 3s. With it being a doubleheader, this could be the final inning, but we will go to extras if we need to. First pitch to Sanford, outside, ball 1. After Zach Sanford, back to the top of the order, Will Bass, Hunter Vansaw coming up. The 1-0. That's fouled back. Now on the mound for the Oilers, it'll be Austin Piscotti. The 1-1. Outside, ball 2. 2-1 the count to Zach Sanford. In this game, he's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, but one of those times he reached base. He'll swing and miss at that one. Evens up the count, 2-2. Two and two the count to Sanford. Came up big in a big situation in game 2 of the doubleheader last time against the Oilers. Next one's going to miss for ball 3. Makes it a full count, 3-2. 3-2 the count as Will Bass waits on deck. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Sanford goes down on strikes.
Under the plate for your Chinooks, number 6, the second baseman, Will Bass.
One down, Will Bass up to the plate, bottom of the 7th. All tied up at 3s. First pitch to Will Bass. Outside, ball 1. Bass 1 for 3 in this contest. His hit came back in the 3rd. The 1-0. In there for a called strike 1. One to count to Bass. Here's the 1-1. In there for a called strike 2. One and two the count to Bass. Here's the 1-2. Thought about it, but holds up. That's ball 2. 2-2 the count to Bass. Hunter Vansaw waiting on deck. The 2-2. Down and outside, ball 3. So just as Zach Sanford did, Will Bass will work it to a full count, 3-2. The 3-2. Scorches it down the right field line. That's a base knock. Bass is going to round first, heads for second. And they're going to hold him up at second. Luckily, there was no one over there as he went a little hard around the bag. But nonetheless, Will Bass on with a double with just one down. Winning run now at second. So Hunter Vansaw comes up to the plate with one down. Bottom of the 7th. Winning run on second base and Will Bass. Vansaw did have a 2 RBI double. That was back in the 3rd. And settling in to face Piscotti. First pitch to Vansaw. Swings and misses for strike 1. Oh, 1 the count to Vansaw. All tied up at 3 apiece. Bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the 0-1. Down low, that's going to get away from Huber. Bass is going to get to 3rd. Winning run now just 90 feet away. And we saw this story kind of happen before. Last time it was same kind of situation. Tie ball game. Hunter Vansaw was at the plate, except it was Zach Sanford as the lead base runner. This time it's Will Bass. So let's see if history can repeat itself, just with a little different name. And now they're going to intentionally walk Vansaw to bring up Tim Millard. So history does repeat himself in the fact that it's somebody getting intentionally walked. It's not Bass this time. It was Bass in Game 2 on Friday. This time it'll be Vansaw. So that brings it now to 3-1. The 3-1. We'll throw it away and complete the intentional walk. So again, seeing this story before, it has been written. Let's just see if it can repeat itself. So Tim Millard now comes up to the plate. The winning run on third in Will Bass. And now they're going to walk Tim Millard to get to Ethan Whisker. Now I really have seen it all, folks. So they're going to walk Tim Millard to get to another guy who also has a single today. And Millard actually fouls that one off. As it was not thrown outside enough by Piscotti. So it looked like Millard was trying to do his best Miguel Cabrera impression as he actually singled one time when they were trying to throw an intentional walk. And Piscotti that time throws it well outside. Here's a 3-1. That makes it 3-1. Getting a little ahead of myself. It's easy to with the 2 intentional walks in a row. First time I've ever seen this. And that will be outside, and that will complete the second straight intentional walk. So all Whisker has to do is somehow get it into the outfield or through the infield. Heck, he really could try and squeeze if he really wanted to. But that would be risky with the bases loaded. So looks like now we're going to have a new pitcher. So that'll do it for Piscotti. Just 1 down, bases loaded, winning run on third for the Chinooks. Welcome back, Chinooks fans. 1 down, bottom of the 7th. With it being a doubleheader, this could be 7. We just need 1 more run. Ethan Whisker, the man to try and do it. Bases loaded, but the only run that matters is Will Bass at third. Andrew Bash now on the pitch. First pitch to Whisker in there, called strike 1. Remember, just 1 down. Ethan Whisker at the plate, bases loaded. But again, only runner that truly matters is Will Bass because he can win this ball game. Also, just want to make sure you don't into a double play. But those couple things. Here's the 0-1. Line down the right field line, but that'll go foul. So Whisker down on the count 0-2. Aaron Shackelford waiting on deck for his chance to potentially end this game as well. Here's the 0-2. And that's scorched. Deep left field. Is that a walk-off grand slam? That's a walk-off grand slam! Chinooks walk-off grand slam! Whisker's second grand slam of the year. Nooks win 7-3. And I'm going to go join this mob. I'm talking to Whisker. I don't care if he doesn't want to or not. Grand slam for the win.